Hello, everybody. Welcome back to our discussion on the Network Plus simulation questions. We also call it the performance-based questions. This is going to be our discussion on simulation question number 4. And I will be providing updates if there is any change in the exam. So always check back 1 to 2 days before you take your exam. Come back to our website, double check if I uploaded any new questions or new simulation questions. And I will endeavor to send emails on a periodic time so that you can be informed if I make any changes. Okay, let's quickly take a look at question 4. A network technician needs to resolve some issues with a customer Soho network. The customer reports that some of the PC are not connecting to the network, while others appear to be working as intended. Instructions: troubleshoot all network components. Review the cable test result first, then diagnose by clicking on the appropriate PC, server, and layer 2 switches. Identify any components with a problem and recommend a solution to correct each problem. If at any time you would like to bring back the initial state of the simulation, please click the reset all button. So that is the question with a customer having issue connecting some devices to the Soho network. So let us take a look at the network diagram. Below are the cable test results for individual devices. For switch 1 cable test result, the cable length is 16 meter. The VLAN ID is VLAN 10. And the switch 1 is connected to switch 2. The wiring arrangement or the pinout connections are shown as you can see. Pin 1 connects to pin 3. Pin 2 connect to pin 6. So this is a normal crossover arrangement. Pin 4 connect to pin 7 and pin 5 connect to pin 8. So when you connect switches together, you want to use a crossover cable. So this cable here is okay. It is a crossover cable and the pins or the wires are not broken. So we can see that switch 1 is okay. This is how you will see the diagram in the exam. This is for the switch 2. The length is 16 meters, which is within the limit. The maximum length for an Ethernet cable is 100 meters. It should not go beyond 100 meters. So anything below 100 meters is still okay. So switch 2, the length is 16 meters. The VLAN is VLAN 10 and it is connected to switch 1. The cable arrangement is pin 1 to pin 3, pin 2 to pin 6, pin 4 to pin 7, pin 5 to pin 8, which is also correct. This is the arrangement for a crossover cable. So there is no problem on switch 2. This is the cable test result on the server. The length for the cable for the server is 22 meters, which is okay. The VLAN ID is VLAN 10. So everybody is in VLAN 10. And we can see the cable pins arrangement, which is pin 1 to pin 1, pin 2 to pin 2, pin 3 to pin 3, 6 to 6, 4 to 4, 5 to 5, 7 to 7, 8 to 8. This is a straight through cable. And you will use a straight through cable to connect PC to the switch or to switches. So this is a fine cable, so nothing is wrong with SAFA as we can see. Then the cable test result for PC1. The length is 42 meters, which is okay. The VLAN ID is the same VLAN 10 for everybody. The connection between the wires are also okay, pin 1 to 1, 2 to 2, and so on. So we don't see any problem on PC1. Let's take a look at PC2. This is PC2. The length for the cable is 12 meters, which is very okay. PC2 is in VLAN 10. However, you will notice one of the cable has been cut or broken. So there is what we call cable short detected. So on PC2, there is a problem with the cable. So this is what we call cable short detected. So we need to fix that issue. So that is one of the things they want us to identify. Let's go to PC3. The length is 20 meters. VLAN ID is 10. So everybody is in VLAN 10. And the cable arrangement seems to be okay. No broken wire. So everything seems to be good on PC3. Let's go to PC4. PC4, cable length is 18 meters. VLAN ID, VLAN 11. Okay, we can see that PC4 is located in VLAN 11. So that may be the reason why the user is unable to connect to PC4 or why PC4 is unable to access the network resources, because PC4 is in the wrong VLAN. It should be in VLAN 10. And that is the only problem. The cables seems to be okay. Nothing is broken. Let's look at PC5. PC5, the cable length is 33 meters, which is perfect. The VLAN ID is also perfect. Everybody should be in VLAN 10. And we seems to have a problem with the cable connector. So these connectors look like a reversed connector, something that has been reversed, backward connected. So the problem here is connector on backward. So this is the problem with PC5. We will need to fix that problem. Let's check PC6. For PC6, we can see cable length is 90 meters. Remember, maximum is 100 meters. So anything below 100 meters is okay. So PC6 is okay. VLAN ID is fine. The cable or the pins are okay. Nothing seems to be wrong with PC6. So we can see from all those, some of the things that are wrong. So in the exam, they will give you all the diagrams, what we call exhibit, for the cable test result for individual devices. I already highlighted what you need to look for. So it is live and direct. Nothing is going to change. Just watch this video repeatedly until you can remember everything 100%, and watch all the previous videos too. Any additional video I upload, watch them, pay attention, and practice with the multiple choice question. So let us look at the second network diagram. This is the complete network map for the organization. So the organization has a SAFA 1 connected to the switch 1. Switch 1 is connected to switch 2. On switch 1, we have PC1 connected at the top. We have PC4 and PC5 connected at the bottom. On switch 2, we have PC3, PC2, and PC5 all connected to the switch 2. And when you click in the exam, this is how it's going to be. Or when you click on individual devices, it will display some of this information. For example, On SAFA 1, the problems and the solution are shown as you can see. Then for PC 1, the problems and the solution are shown at the top here. This is PC 1. Then for PC 2, the problems and the solutions are shown. For PC 3, the problems and the solution are also listed. So what this means is that when you click on a particular device or you just look at the list of problems and solutions, you will be able to know what to do. So on this list, all you have to do is use your mouse to select what the problem is. Then for the solution at the bottom, click the drop down arrow here to select what solution you will apply. I'm going to explain that. For PC4, this is the problem and the solution. For PC5, these are the possible problems and solutions. So when I say problem, I don't mean problem exists on everything. I mean the possible problems and the possible solutions, which is actually the same for everybody. I just want you to pay attention to that. So I highlighted it out. And the same for PC5 and PC6. So now let's look at the correct answers and explanation. As we already mentioned before during the cable test result discussion, so on switch 1, we could see there is no problem. On switch 2, there is no problem. On SAFA 1, there is no problem. On PC 1, there is no problem. PC 2, however, there is a problem. Cable short detected. Solution, you will replace the cable. For PC 3, no problem. PC 4, there is a problem. Wrong VLAN. PC 4 is in VLAN 11, wrong VLAN. What do you do? Change VLAN assignment. PC 5, there's a problem. Connector on backward. Solution, replace the cable. PC 6, no problem. So those are the step-by-step of what you need to do. The problems are only identified on PC2, PC3, PC2, PC4, and PC5. All other devices are okay. Solution now. This is the complete solution, and this is what you do in the exam. So when you are ready to answer this question in the exam, on switch 1, there is no problem. So all you have to do is use your mouse to drag and select no problem on switch 1. Then on switch 2, no problem. One important thing here, switch 1 and switch 2, there are no problem or solution list. So you don't even need to worry about switch 1 or switch 2. There are no problem. So the other devices, we have the list of possible problems and solution display. For example, SAFA 1, which is to the left, this is SAFA 1. On SAFA 1, according to our test result previously, there was no problem. So what you will do is use your mouse, select from the list, and select no problem. That is it for SAFA 1, no problem. As you can see, my arrow pointing to it. Then go to PC1. For PC1, there is no problem. So use your mouse and select no problem from the list provided. Then for PC2, this is PC2, we have a problem. The problem is cable short detected. So use your mouse and select from the list cable short detected. So this is what you need to select. Remember, use your mouse to select the right option. I already highlighted it so you know what you are going to select. What is the solution? So the solution is to replace the cable for PC2. Let's go to PC3. This is PC3 here. So on PC3, there is no problem. So use your mouse to select on the list that there is no problem. As you can see from the top, no problem. Let's go to PC4. This is PC4, bottom left PC4. On PC4, we have a problem with VLAN ID. And what you will do is use your mouse from the and select from the drop-down list. What you will select is wrong VLAN. Then, to fix the problem, go to the solution section at the bottom. The solution section, which is at the bottom right here. Use your mouse to select from the drop-down menu. What you will select is change VLAN assignment. As you can see, the arrow pointing to what you need to select. So please pay attention to all the highlighted options and where the arrow is pointing to. Then let's go to PC5. This is PC5. On PC5, there is a problem. The problem is connector on backward. You can see here, connector on backward. So use your mouse from the list of problem, select connector on backward for PC5. And to fix that problem, use your mouse, click the solution option at the bottom here, click the drop-down arrow, and select replace cable. That is how you fix that problem for PC5. So remember, on the problem list, you will use your mouse to click connector on backward. On the solution list, you use your mouse to select replace a cable. And finally, for PC6, this is PC6, bottom right. It seems there is no problem on PC6. So that is it. Remember, I need you to watch it very well. Let me quickly go up again. The problems are here, and I show you how to identify the problem. And also, if you go back to all the devices list that I highlighted here, you will see where the problems are. This is for let's go back to the last one. We have the switch 1 here. So this is switch 1, all the areas you need to point attention to. So when you see the table test result diagram or exhibit, so what you are going to focus is on the length. So watch out for the length, watch out for the VLAN ID, watch out for the cable arrangement. Like I told you, it's going to be word for word, diagram for diagram. Nothing is going to change. The way you are seeing it here is the way you see it in the exam. This is a live and direct something. I am just telling you to make it faster, to make it quicker for you to get it done. So just focus on what you need to look at. And in the exam, you will not see these arrows. You will not see it highlighted. So that is why I'm pointing your attention here. So when you watch these videos repeatedly, then you remember what you need to focus on. And this is for SAFA, this is for PC1, and the area you need to focus on are in highlighted. And this is for PC2 and PC3, and what you need to focus on are highlighted. And this is for PC4 and PC5. What you need to focus on, you see the arrows pointing to them. And that is it. Let's go back to the question, to the final solution again. So once again, switch 1, no problem. Switch 2, you will select no problem. SAFA 1, you will select no problem. PC1, you will select no problem. On PC2, you will select problem as cable short detected. And your solution, you will select replace cable. For PC3, you will select no problem. For PC4, you will select problem as wrong VLAN. Then your solution, you select change VLAN assignment. For PC5, you will select no PC5. For problem, you will select connector on backward. And for the solution, you will select replace a cable. And for PC6, you select no problem. And here we have the final solution display. So focus on the arrows and the highlighted areas. So you know what you need to do by clicking and selecting the appropriate one. So, and that is it for the simulation number 4. We will proceed to simulation number 5 in the next video.